That's it. I'm done. I decided to pull out the trusty whiteboard and spit some facts to you today. Break down why I quit my job once I realized this one big thing. If you're working for someone, let's just say his name's Guy Smiley, and Guy Smiley's got a business. Guy Smiley is gonna, have a bunch of employees, right? And a bunch of these employees are gonna get little chunks of the income, right? And Guy Smiley's gonna take the lion's share of it. Let's go ahead and use the green marker. And he's gonna get all this money, right? Okay, fair enough, he owns the business. That's just the way it works, right? And even through working with some startups, and I was helping them with their marketing, I was like, man, I'm helping make all these sales. This is cool stuff, right? But I realized that still, they were making most of the money, even though I was doing the thing that was driving the sales. And now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they didn't put time in, they didn't put work in. They created a product or a service that people found valuable and, took the time to find people like me to help them market it. And that was, I was okay with that. So that was the first thing that started getting the wheels turning about maybe I should not keep working for someone. And I kind of laugh when you think about this, because a lot of people will say like, don't ever do multi-level marketing because it's a pyramid scheme. Now, I don't do multi-level marketing of any sort. I'm not involved in it, so I'm not trying to sell you anything like that. I bet you were already thinking that's what I was trying to do. My point is, even with that, people say, well, yeah, the person on top always makes the most money. But isn't that really what happens in every single business? And in my opinion, at least with multi-level marketing, you have the option of the other thing, which I'm going to cover right now, that allows you to make more money. This is an important lesson you need to understand, and this is why I think if you have a job and you have a good idea for a product or service, and there's a lot of ways you can go about this, more about that at the end of this video, you stand to make infinitely more money. I shouldn't say infinitely because that might be like, false advertising or whatever, but a lot more money than you ever would working for somebody, okay? So here's the deal. Let's say you're working at a job and you're getting paid $10 an hour. Now, let's say it's even 20. I don't really care. It could be, maybe if it's $100, then okay, that might be worth sticking around. But 10, 20, 30, like to me, no thanks. I'm good. You know why? Every hour you work, you get paid for, right? So it's good that you're getting that guaranteed money. But you get that $10, that's it. Right? You're not going to get any extra money. You get your $10. You did something that helped that company grow, probably help it continue to grow, right? And the company continues to make money, but you're stuck with your $10. See what I'm getting at here? So, a couple ways you can go about taking advantage of this. First of all, like if you have your own business and you sell a product or service, that whole pie chart disappears, right? Especially if you're doing an online digital product like I offer. If I sell a product, I realize this, and one of the main reasons I quit my job, if I offer a digital product, there's very little cost that goes into making that product. So there's a high margin from that profit the profit from that product that I stand to make. So if I sell a product, there's not really anyone else I'm paying, right? Because there's no employees to pay necessarily. I can set up a digital product without necessarily needing to hire anybody. And there's no costs really that go into the making of it other than the time taking to film the product or create the ebook, or maybe pay a few people to create an ebook if you're not good with graphics or whatever. But again, you would pay them their $10 an hour or whatever the case may be. And now you're the guy that's going to make the big chunk of the money, or maybe all of the money. And if you make a digital product, the other cool part is, unlike physical products, you have unlimited supply, right? If I say I want to sell rubber bands, okay? Well, you got to get the rubber from somewhere. You're going to have to pay for that every single time. But if I want to go sell a digital product where it's digital access, a digital file, a digital video, digital anything, you put it out there, you say, here you go. I got a lot more where that came from. I don't have to pay a cent for it, right? So that's the first part. The second thing is, you're going to make a lot more per sale if you're offering your own products. Or if you just flat out own a business, even if you are offering physical products and, other people work for you, again, you're probably going to make a bigger chunk than the people that work there. That's just the way life works. So why not be the guy on top, the guy that owns the business, the guy that runs the business? So you stand to make a lot more money. Now I realize there's risk involved. I'll get into that in a second too. But here's the other part. Would you rather put in 1 hour of time? So let's say right here, they've got 1 hour and you make $10? Or how about if you put in 1 hour and you could make $300? Okay, that would be more valuable, right? So if you're offering your own product or service, and let's just say you're, saying I'm going to offer this on my own out to the marketplace, you could make $300 for that hour's worth of work because there's no middleman. There's no employees to pay, or if there is, you're the guy on top, right? So you're standing to make a lot more. But how about this? Let's do one better. So let's say you put in that 1 hour and you make a digital product and you can continue to sell that over and over and over. You see where I'm going with this? Is now it's $300 and up. I don't know how much you're going to make. It could be, maybe it's a 3,000, maybe it's 3 million, maybe it's 3 billion if people really like it, right? So if you can figure out something that you can replicate to sell over and over and over, or a recurring monthly, offering or product or digital product or service, you're going to put in that hour and you're going to make a lot more money. Now, this isn't the only way to go about it. I mean, other people do this with the stock market and putting money into stocks or retirement funds, right? So you're making that money passively, right? 1 hour, $10, 1 hour, however much money you can really think of, which sounds better? Which makes more sense? Which is the smart decision? Now, I know there's a little bit of risk involved with this, right? And I also know that, maybe you're like, well, I don't really know how to start a business. Got you covered. Check out this YouTube video right here. That video covers the safest way to start a business and do it in a way that's similar to what I talked about here with the digital side of things. If this video helps, subscribe and click the bell icon to catch the newest videos, and I'll see you in that video next.